Oh boy. Wow. Flyers lose 5-1 to the Blackhawks. I'm disappointed and I'm mad. I don't know what else to say. Very bad effort on home ice against a team that had 6 road wins and had 2 in their last 20-something games. And a team that you just, you beat them earlier. I don't have to explain it to you. It's the Chicago Blackhawks. They stink. It needed to be 2 points. It needed to be 2 points against Montreal, and you blew a lead against the Rangers. It feels like a part of this team died on Saturday against the Bruins. I really don't. I don't even know what to say. I mean, yeah, the power play is still the power play. I have no idea. I mean, the power play is going to eventually cost them whatever. If it's now, if it's the playoffs, take your pick. I mean, it's going to cost them something. The Capitals got a point tonight. They did lose in a shootout, but they're now tied with the Flyers for third. They moved into third, being that they have, more points. Well, not more points, but they have a higher points percentage because it's less games. So that's obviously not ideal. And these were 2 games where, for some reason, you can't find the back of the net. I mean, it's bad defense. I mean, Ersson again proving yet again with Ersson. I've said this all year long, honestly. I mean, it's getting, I don't know what they do, because you have Fedotov now, and that's great. I really like the news of Fedotov. Do you start him Monday? Do you put Ersson back in? I don't know how you could trust Ersson in such a big game. It's the Islanders. I mean, you had to win tonight. You had to win. You had to win this game. There is no ifs, ands, or buts, or whatever about it. You had to win this game. And they don't. They don't win it. And it's a waste of 2 points. And now the Capitals in third. If they somehow blow this off of this stretch of games, not the 8-game gauntlet of teams that they just played against, they didn't even deserve to make the playoffs at that point. So, honestly, it's like now, this is the worst part they could have been in. The worst situation possible. Because it went from, all right, great, let's get into the playoffs. We'll have a little bit of, like a mid-round pick. Look, I mean, I'm not the person that has, been here and been like, oh, they need to, tank this entire time and they need to get all these high-end picks. That's not what I'm at. That's not what I'm at all. I am at the point where still two first-round picks is still 2 first-round picks. Even if they got into the playoffs and whatnot, I mean, whether you miss or make it now, you're still going to get there. I honestly think the on-ice development of this team has been better than whatever draft pick they're going to get. That's just how I see it. I don't think they need those, number 5, number 7, all that. Like, you turn 5 and 𝐷𝐿 into Drysdale in a positional need and a right-hand defenseman in Drysdale. Obviously Michkov, right? Like, I think the future is fine. But for this team right now, who's currently still sitting in a playoff spot, because the Islanders stink and so does Detroit, and the Capitals are somehow still involved in this. I have no idea how. And the Flyers just keep letting it slip away. I mean, it's honestly unbelievable the more you think about it, because they drag you in, they keep you invested. It's like, oh, the Flyers might be turning a corner, and then they just completely fall flat on their face. And this is not the first time. They get a big win against the Bruins. Just a weird game. Sandstrom couldn't make a save on Sunday. Fine. Let's go to the Rangers. 2-0 lead. The Rangers get a goal. Right back into it. And it was just an absolute epic back and forth seesaw battle. And they lose in overtime because, again, Torts sets them up to fail in overtime. Thursday, cannot buy a goal to save their life. Tonight, the same thing. And it's 4 games in a row. It is the worst possible time to have a collapse like this. The worst possible time to have a collapse like this. Worst time. Sealer even comes back. I thought that might have given them a little bit of a boost. You're on home ice. It's the Blackhawks. Like, come on. And it's 1-0. And that's a bad goal from Erson. He should have had that. The second one, bad defense. And it's a clean. How many times has Erson given up a clean shot from the slot? Clean. Like, absolutely clean. Yes, you could argue there wasn't great team defense. And there was not. But how many times are we going to keep seeing the same goal go in? I don't understand. It's like, oh my God, it is so frustrating to me. And I was someone that had said Fedotov, and I didn't really think about that when I said it. I kind of was more like, oh, the hype about Fedotov. I was like, I'll start him tomorrow. And then the more you thought about it, it was like jet lag. There was someone that mentioned a whole pad thing, and that was interesting too. So I don't know. I mean, I have no idea now with the rest of it. I mean, there's 7 games left. I don't think there was a bigger game in the season outside of Monday. I mean, Monday is your season, honestly. Like, could they still make it? Yeah, sure, 100%. But like, it's either you're going to play Carolina or the Rangers at this point, because you're not chasing Tampa Bay. So it's either one of those two. Take your pick. I mean, it's unbelievably frustrating to have a game like that against a team like Chicago. Chicago is not a good team by any stretch of the imagination. It's not like Bedard is going out there and, like it's not like, the Flyer. It's just like little things, like very like easily taken off the puck or throwing blindly up the ice, or it just feels like the past 2 games they have played these teams so incredibly like, oh, we can kind of take a night off because this team is bad, and it's completely bit them in the ass at this point. And now you're 2 games in a row, no points. That needed to be 4. Absolutely needed to be 4. You have the Islanders on Monday, and then you have 3 days off. The Islanders, 3 days, Buffalo, Columbus. You need points out of these games. I do not care at this point what it takes to get those points. If you have to get to overtime, if you need wins. I can't even say points now. You need wins because it's so tight and no one wants to take advantage of it. That I'd like the Flyers to just maybe take advantage of it. Just take advantage of it, please. This is the first time in so long that a team like the Flyers that has, since I started watching, just completely up and down and playoffs and the whole Chuck Fletcher thing, yada, yada, yada. I've said this so many times. And now they could actually make the playoffs and have no pressure on them whatsoever because the entire city is just going to rally around them if they make it. That's all you have to do. Just get in. That's literally all you have to do. And it's just going to go away. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. I mean, it's a 5-1 loss to a really bad team, and it's plays that. It's like they can't even finish right now. You can't score a goal right now. I don't know. I really don't know what else to say. Power play again continues to struggle, and they try different units, and they can't even get set up. And the guys that you'd like to get going and scored are not. Couturier, I don't know what is going on with that. Konechny, Tippett, I mean, I don't even want to single out guys because it's the whole team. It's the entire team. I mean, you cannot lose this game, and you did. So, I mean, we could sit here and nitpick guys all I want. I mean, I know I said about Erson, you can nit, but they were so bad in front of him. It's, I don't even know. I really don't. It's an embarrassing, pathetic loss, and it just can't happen this late in the season. It just can't. And unfortunately, it does. So that's all I got. Thanks, everybody, again, for all the support as always. Make sure to check out Maher Media and all the things that we do. We do a lot of good content and everything. We have applications open as well if anybody wants to join the team and, kind of figure out all the stuff that we do behind the scenes. So, again, thanks, everybody, again, for all support as always, and I'll talk to you guys all again soon. See you guys.